The stars trembled. A cold ripple spread across the void near the borders of alien space, silent, invisible to the naked eye, but strong enough to make entire sensor arrays scream in alarm. Every outpost, every listening station, every drone in that sector went dark for exactly 7 seconds. When the feeds returned, the stars were gone. In their place floated something enormous. The Titan had arrived. No signal, no broadcast, no flag. Only a silent shadow moving through the dark like a mountain adrift among stars. The alien patrols were the first to see it. 3 ships from the Takar Dominion, each the size of a city. They tried to scan it, but their instruments broke the moment they touched its hull. Their commanders stared in disbelief. The ship was massive, at least 20 kilometers long, glowing faintly with a blue haze that twisted around it like fog. "Identify yourself," the alien captain shouted across comms. "You have entered restricted space. State your origin." There was no reply. Then a faint human voice came through their channel, calm, measured, and completely terrifying. "This is the Titan of the Human Expeditionary Fleet. Stand down." The line went silent. Every translator in the alien ships glitched for half a second. Human. That word hadn't been heard on open frequencies for 20 years. Humanity had been gone, silent since the Old War, when the Alien Council forced Earth to sign the Accord of Submission. Now they were back. At the Council's headquarters on Kethar Prime, alarms blared through the endless marble halls. Dozens of alien species crowded into the high chamber, their holograms flickering above the circular table. "The humans have crossed into the line of peace," one shouted. "They can't. That area is sealed." Another hissed. "How large is the vessel?" "Larger than anything we've built. It defies known power signatures." Panic rippled through the council. Only one figure remained silent. The tall, feathered delegate of the Valen Concord, Teara. Her golden eyes narrowed. "I told you they would return," she said softly. "Humanity never forgets humiliation." Aboard the Titan, Admiral Helena Cross stood on the command deck, staring at the endless sea of stars ahead. Around her, hundreds of officers moved quietly at their stations. Every console gleamed with blue light, and deep below, the ship's reactor pulsed like a heart. "Status report," she ordered. "System stable," said Commander Wu. "External sensors online. Alien fleets mobilizing." Helena looked at the holographic map. Red dots filled the screen, dozens of ships forming a blockade ahead. "They don't understand," she whispered. "They think this is a show of force." "Ma'am," the AI voice spoke suddenly through the ship's core. It was deep, calm, and unmistakably human. Message from Central Command decoded. Directive. They broke the accord. "We respond." Helena's hand tightened around the railing. That was the order she'd hoped never to hear. "Confirm activation of Directive 0, she said quietly. "Directive confirmed," the AI replied. "Iries online." All around the Titan, lights shifted from blue to white. Systems reconfigured, weapons locked into standby, and deep within the ship, ancient systems, machines built in secret, came alive. At the edge of alien space, the 3 Takar dreadnoughts approached, charging their weapons. "Human ship, last warning," they barked. "Leave this region or face destruction." The Titan remained motionless. Then with a single deep pulse, space itself bent. Gravitational energy surged outward like a tide. The alien ships lurched, engines whining as they tried to escape the pull. It was useless. Their vessels were dragged helplessly toward the human ship, orbiting it like debris caught in a planet's gravity. Inside the Titan, not a single weapon fired. "Graviton field stable," reported the technician. "All enemy ships neutralized." Helena nodded. "Hold position. No fatalities if possible. They must understand what we are now." Across the galaxy, the Alien Council received the report. 3 dreadnoughts gone. Not destroyed, not vaporized, absorbed. The Valen delegate leaned forward. "What weapon did they use?" "No weapon," the analyst stammered. "It was gravity itself." For the first time in centuries, the galaxy realized something terrible. Humanity had advanced, not through trade, not through peace, but through isolation. They had gone dark for 2 decades, hiding beyond the Oort clouds, building something the rest of the galaxy couldn't even imagine. The Titan was not a ship. It was a message. Back aboard the Titan, the bridge fell silent. Only the hum of reactors filled the air. Helena walked toward the main viewport, where the light of distant suns shimmered against the warship's armor. She remembered the day Earth surrendered, the silence over the comm channels, the shame of being told never again to build weapons beyond orbit. Humanity had obeyed. On the surface, beneath the oceans, inside forgotten moons and deep beyond the solar rim, they had prepared. Now the time had come. "Ares," Helena said, her voice steady, "send this to the Galactic Council." "Message ready," the AI confirmed. She took a breath. "Transmit." Across every major star system, on every alien world, a simple broadcast appeared on their hollow screens. The image was clear. A human admiral standing before a giant window of stars. "This is Admiral Helena Cross of the Human Expeditionary Fleet. We have crossed the border not as conquerors, but as witnesses. You broke the peace you forced upon us. You forgot what humanity is capable of. We are here to remind you." The final image left millions speechless, a colossal human warship, dark as the void, drifting among alien suns like a god awakened. And then, with a deep thunder that echoed across the stars, the Titan's main engines flared to life. The warship began to move. The council chamber on Kether Prime burned with noise and fear. Species from across the stars filled the circular hall, scaled, feathered, metallic and ethereal. Holograms flickered as voices rose in panic. The air smelled of ozone and tension. On the central display floated the image that had frozen the galaxy. The Titan, humanity's colossal warship, surrounded by the wrecks of 3 Takar dreadnoughts. The image pulsed with data. 0 shots fired, 0 casualties, total domination. "This must be fake," shouted a representative with 4 silver tendrils. "No ship can bend gravity like that." "It's real," replied the Valen delegate Teara, her golden feathers trembling. "The humans have returned, and they brought something far beyond our understanding." At the far end of the chamber, the High Chancellor, a massive reptilian figure named Corveth, slammed his clawed hand against the table. "Then we destroy it. Mobilize the armadas. Humanity cannot be allowed to cross the line of peace." "The line means nothing if they can rewrite physics," Teara said coldly. "You forget who they are. You forced them to surrender after the Accord. You humiliated them, and now they come with a ship that can crush worlds." The hall went silent. Every species remembered that day, the human surrender, their quiet disappearance. None had questioned their absence. Until now, on the Titan's bridge, Admiral Helena Cross watched the same council broadcast through a decrypted feed. Around her, the command deck buzzed with soft tension. Commander Wu frowned at the screen. "They're terrified, ma'am. Some are already calling for total war." "They always do," Helena murmured. "Fear is the first weapon they reach for." The AI, Ares, flickered to life beside her as a glowing red figure. Enemy fleets forming near border sectors, Theta and Vale Prime. Probability of direct engagement 93%. "Let them come," Helena said. "We're not here to conquer, but we won't be hunted again." Ars paused. "Admiral, incoming message from Earth Command. Priority black. Patch it through." A hologram appeared. Director Hale, leader of Earth's Unified Defense Council. His face was pale, his voice sharp. "Helena, the Council is demanding your surrender. They say your presence violates the peace accords." Helena's jaw tightened. "They broke that peace the moment they armed themselves against us. We warned them," Hale sighed. "Do what you must. But remember, Earth cannot afford total war." The transmission ended. The Titan's bridge fell silent. Ares spoke again, calm and steady. "Admiral, I detect 28 alien fleets mobilizing. Estimated count 2,000 ships. Directive required." Helena turned toward the viewport. Stars glittered across the dark, endless void. She remembered the last war. Human ships burning, Earth forced to kneel. "Not again. Prepare all squadrons," she said. Activate hangar bay protocols. Confirmed, Ares replied. Far below deck, the hangar lights turned crimson. Giant blast doors opened one by one, revealing sleek human strike ships, dark silver with glowing engines shaped like wings of fire. Their hulls bore a single symbol, a blue star wrapped in a circle, the mark of the Titan fleet, hundreds of pilots strapped in, silent, focused. None spoke of glory, only duty. On the bridge, Helena watched the launch countdown. Ares, link flight control. Connection established. Deploy! The Titan's hull shifted open, revealing vast hangars. A soundless wave of light swept out. Then 300 human strike ships burst forth, forming a massive formation across the void. Their engines shimmered like stars. The alien observation stations caught the moment in terror. Their sensors couldn't even register the fighter's energy type. Each one was faster than light cruisers, moving in perfect harmony, as if one mind guided them all. Back in the council chamber, chaos erupted again. 300 ships. That's impossible! They can't deploy a fleet that fast. Where did they even build that monster? Terra rose slowly. You all know where? Beneath the human silence, in the shadows of their solar system. They were preparing for this the entire time. Then they have declared war on the galaxy, the Chancellor growled. No, Tiara said. Not war, judgment. Meanwhile, in the void between worlds, the Titan and its fleet began to move. Ares's voice echoed through every human pilot's comm. Enemy fleets detected in Vector 2.5. Formation protocol, Iron Halo. From afar, the sight was unreal. Hundreds of ships forming a glowing ring around the Titan. Their engines leaving trails of white light that looked like wings spread across space. Commander Wu turned to Helena. They'll see this as provocation. Helena's voice was cold, steady, unshaken. It's not provocation. It's a warning. The stars shifted as the alien fleets appeared, massive armadas from 5 different species, converging on a single human ship across comms. The alien flagship sent one final message. Human vessel, stand down or be annihilated. Ares translated, then spoke to Helena. Awaiting your order, Admiral. She stood tall, eyes fixed on the vast field of alien warships. No firing unless they strike first, she ordered. But if they do, respond with everything. Ares processed for a second, then replied, understood. Defensive grid armed. Strike wings in position. For a moment, silence filled the void. Thousands of ships facing one. Then, the first alien plasma bolt streaked across space. It hit the Titan's shield and vanished. Not even a flicker of energy remained. Ares's eyes glowed bright red. Hostile action confirmed. Helena raised her hand. Ares, begin counterstrike protocol. The Titan's outer hull shifted, glowing brighter and brighter, until the entire ship looked like a rising sun. The alien fleet scrambled, engines flaring, but the human formation had already locked targets. Ares, Helena said quietly. Make it clean. Acknowledged. The human fleet moved, hundreds of ships accelerating faster than anything the galaxy had ever seen. In seconds, they broke through the alien blockade. Explosions lit the void. From the Council's observation decks, light years away, the battle looked like a storm of fire spreading through the stars. And at the heart of it, the Titan remained still, watching. Helena's voice echoed through the comms. This is not war. This is remembrance. The battle was over. What remained of 5 alien fleets now drifted silently across the dark. Wreckage floated like dust, glowing faintly in the light of distant suns. No one understood what they had just seen. Not the Council, not the galaxy, not even the survivors who escaped. The Titan hadn't destroyed everything. It didn't have to. It only showed what humanity had become. Admiral Helena Cross stood alone on the bridge, eyes locked on the floating debris fields. She had seen enough war to last lifetimes, but this was different. Humanity was no longer the underdog. The hunted had become the hunter. Ares, she said softly. How many survivors? 12 vessels managed to escape, Admiral. They are broadcasting distress signals toward Council territory. Helena nodded slowly. Let them go. Understood. Commander Wu turned toward her. Ma'am, The Council will call this an act of genocide. It wasn't genocide, Helena replied coldly. It was restraint. Back on Ketha Prime, the Council chambers burned with outrage. Every race shouted, each blaming the other for failing to stop the humans. Some demanded vengeance. Others demanded retreat. Teara, the Velan delegate, stood quietly as chaos raged. Her voice finally cut through the noise like a blade. "None of you understand," she said. "Humans didn't come to destroy us. They came to warn us." "Warn us?" the Chancellor barked. "They annihilated 5 fleets. Teara's feathers shimmered under the chamber lights. And yet they could have destroyed more. They had the power. They didn't." The hall fell silent. The thought was terrifying. "Then what do they want?" someone asked. Teara turned toward the giant display of the Titan, its shadow still drifting through space. "They want us to remember who they are." Aboard the Titan, deep within the command deck, a signal blinked to life. "Admiral," said the comm officer, "incoming message from Earth Command. Priority Alpha." Helena straightened. "Put it through." The holographic projector flickered, revealing Director Hale once again, his face more worn, his tone heavier. "Helena, the Council has called an emergency assembly. They're calling your actions a breach of galactic law. The old accords are in question." Helena's voice stayed calm. "Good. They were broken the day they forced Earth to kneel. Public reaction is spreading fast," Hale continued. "Across alien worlds, some species are questioning their leaders. They've never seen power like the Titans." Helena allowed herself a small, cold smile. "Then they finally understand fear. The same fear we lived under for decades." Hale hesitated. "Be careful, Admiral. Humanity's rebirth could unite the galaxy against us." Helena's reply was simple. "Then they'll learn what reborn means." Later, when the ship entered silent drift mode, Helena walked alone through the Titan's observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly before her, quiet and eternal. In front of her, a hologram of Earth rotated, blue oceans, white clouds, and bright cities glowing along the continents. For the first time in 20 years, Earth looked alive again, united, strong, free. Arisa's voice broke the silence. "Admiral, you are staring at Earth's current feed again." Helena smiled faintly. "I remember when it didn't look like this. We used to watch the smoke rise from burned cities. Now look at it. One world, one people. Would you like me to play the archival recording?" "Do it," she said. The hologram shifted. Old footage appeared, grainy, muted colors. It showed the day of surrender, human ships burning, alien fleets orbiting Earth, and the voice of the Council echoing across every channel. "Earth will disarm. Humanity will never build warships again." The recording ended. Silence returned. Helena whispered, "We obeyed." "But not as they thought," Ars responded, its tone softer than usual. "Humanity adapted. It evolved." Helena nodded. "That's what we do best." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, every major world received an unexpected transmission. No warning, no encryption, only a signal, old Earth frequency, something not heard in generations. The message was short. No threats, no demands, just a simple declaration, spoken in human voice. "This is humanity. We remember everything." The signal played once every hour, on every major channel. Across thousands of star systems, alien civilians stopped in the streets, watching the hologram of the human admiral fade in and out. Some felt fear, others curiosity. But one thing was certain: the humans were no longer the forgotten species of the past. They had returned. Inside the council chamber, the message repeated again, echoing across the walls. The Chancellor roared, "Cut it off! Shut it down!" "It's useless," Teara replied. "The signal is self-replicating. It's spreading faster than we can block it. Then what do they want us to do?" Teara turned her eyes toward the stars. "Listen, back on the Titan, Aris's data streams pulsed with light. Admiral, transmission complete. Galactic response will vary between panic and aggression." Helena stood by the viewport, watching the stars swirl around them. "That's fine," she said quietly. "Let them panic. Let them remember the humans they thought they broke." "Incoming transmission from the alien fleet remnants," Aris noted. "Put it through." The hologram flickered to reveal a trembling alien commander, his voice filled with disbelief. "Human ship. What are your intentions? Why are you here?" Helena didn't blink. "To remind you," she said, "that peace is not built on chains." The transmission ended. Ares calculated the galaxy's reaction in silence. Projected Council retaliation 87%. "Shall we prepare offensive systems?" Helena shook her head. "No, let them make the next move." She turned toward the hologram of Earth once more, glowing softly among the stars. "For the first time," she said, "they'll see who we truly are." Ares's lights flickered, almost like a heartbeat. "And what are we, Admiral?" Helena smiled faintly. "The ones who remember." The void between stars was silent again. For 3 days, the Titan remained still, hovering in neutral space. No messages, no moves. The galaxy held its breath, but silence could not last forever. At the edge of alien space, more than 1,000 warships gathered. The combined defense fleet, the largest armada ever assembled under the Alien Council's command. Each ship glowed with shields and plasma cannons, their formation stretching across half a solar system. They had one mission: destroy humanity's warship before it reached Council space. The alien Admiral, Vortek, stared at the holographic map in disbelief. "One ship," he muttered. "They send one ship to face us." His second-in-command, a nervous insectoid officer, hesitated. "Reports say it is not a ship, sir. It is a fortress." Vortek bared his fangs. "Then we'll break their fortress apart." He raised his claw and barked the order. "Power all weapons! Prepare to fire!" On the Titan, Admiral Helena Cross watched the incoming armada unfold on her tactical display. Thousands of red markers blinked across the screen, tightening their formation like a tightening noose. Commander Wu spoke quietly beside her. "They've brought everything they have, ma'am. This is the full force of the Council." Helena said nothing. Her expression was unreadable, calm as the vacuum outside. The AI Ares flickered into form beside her, its crimson light pulsing like a living flame. Enemy fleet power output, 21 exawatts. Estimated strike capacity, lethal to most planetary shields. Helena folded her hands behind her back. "And ours?" "Unknown," Ares replied. "Our power systems have no comparable data in galactic archives." A faint smile crossed Helena's face. "Good." The alien fleet commander opened a channel. His voice echoed across space. "Human vessel, you have violated the line of peace. You have attacked Council fleets. You are hereby ordered to surrender your ship and personnel immediately. Failure to comply will result in your destruction." Ares translated the message in a calm tone. Helena leaned forward. "Transmit our response." "Ready?" Her voice rang across the stars, clear, cold, human. "This is Admiral Helena Cross of the Human Expeditionary Fleet. We do not surrender. You broke the peace you forced upon us. We are only here to end it." Silence followed. Then 1,000 enemy cannons lit up. The alien armada fired first. A storm of plasma, rail slugs, and antimatter torpedoes tore through space toward the Titan. The combined barrage could have melted a moon. The human warship didn't move. When the firestorm hit, the Titan's shields shimmered once, a faint blue ripple across its hull, and then everything vanished. The alien weapons dissolved into harmless light. On the alien flagship, Admiral Vortek froze. "What happened?" "Energy reading spiking," shouted his officers. "Their shields absorbed the attack," Vortex snarled. "Fire again! All ships!" But before the order could finish, a deep, low hum echoed through the void, so powerful it shook the hulls of ships light years away. On the Titan's bridge, Ares reported calmly, "Admiral, counter-strike calculations complete. 1 shot is sufficient. 1 shot." Commander Wu repeated in disbelief. Helena nodded slowly. "Let them see what restraint looks like." "Confirmed." Main rail battery charging, the Titan's hull began to glow. Energy built along the central spine, a golden line stretching across the warship's length. The railgun, hundreds of meters wide, aligned with its target. Vris's voice lowered. "Target locked. Enemy moon base, coordinates 12.9 by theta prime. Helena stared out the viewport. Fire! There was no flash, no roar. Only a momentary distortion in the stars. A single kinetic slug, traveling at a fraction of light speed, crossed the void in seconds. The alien moon base, a fortified installation the size of a continent, disappeared. Not exploded, vaporized. The impact generated a light brighter than any sun nearby. Every alien ship went silent. Sensors failed. Communications died. When the light faded, only a vast, glowing crater remained where the moon had once orbited. Ares broke the silence. Shot confirmed. No life signs detected. Target annihilated, Helena said quietly. No further action. Hold position. Commander Wu stared at her in disbelief. You could have destroyed their fleet, ma'am. Why stop now? Helena's gaze remained fixed on the stars. Because we're not here to conquer, she said. We're here to remind them what happens when you corner humanity. On Kethar Prime, the council chamber was chaos. Reports flooded in. The destruction of the moon base, the collapse of the fleet, the disappearance of their admiral. Tiara stood in the center of it all. Her golden feathers trembling as she watched the live feed, the Titan, untouched, motionless, surrounded by the ruins of an armada. Their technology is beyond us, whispered one delegate. They broke no treaties, said another. We fired first, Tiara spoke softly, her voice cutting through the noise. They could have erased our fleets, but they didn't. That's not power. That's warning. The Chancellor slammed his hand down. Enough. Humanity must be destroyed before they reach the core. Tiara looked at him sadly. You still don't understand. You can't destroy what has already surpassed you. Back aboard the Titan, Ares spoke again. Admiral, new sensor readings. Large-scale mobilization detected near Sol system. Alien fleets preparing to invade human territory. Helena froze. They're coming for Earth. Confirmed, her jaw tightened. Then we go home. Ares's red light brightened. Course plotted. Estimated arrival, 3 hours at maximum fold velocity. Helena turned toward her officers. Signal all human ships. Every colony, every station. Prepare for defensive engagement. Commander Wu nodded sharply. Understood. Ares paused. Admiral, projected outcome, odds of survival, 11%. Helena's voice didn't waver. Then we'll show them what 11% can do. The Titan's engines ignited, glowing brighter than the stars themselves. Space folded around the colossal ship as it leapt toward home, and behind it, in the silence of shattered fleets, the galaxy trembled. The darkness of space rippled as the Titan emerged from fold space on the outer edge of the solar system. Its massive hull glowed faintly against the light of distant stars. For the first time in decades, a human warship stood watch over Earth's home system, and it was not alone. Thousands of civilian transmissions erupted the moment the Titan appeared. Cheers, cries, shock. Earth had not seen a true warship since the old days, since the Accord of Submission stripped humanity of its fleets, but now the sky above Neptune shimmered with the return of a legend. Inside the Titan's command deck, Admiral Helena Cross stood silently, eyes fixed on the holographic map. A red swarm blinked into view at the system's edge. Alien fleets, more than 1,000 ships converging towards Soldaris, the ship's AI, flickered beside her. Incoming transmissions from Earth Command. They request confirmation of your defense plan. Helena nodded. Patch them through. The hologram of Director Hale appeared, his tone urgent, voice strained. Helena, they're coming with everything. The Council has declared humanity a galactic threat. We've mobilized every defense satellite, every ship we have, but it won't be enough. Helena's expression remained calm. It will have to be, Hale exhaled slowly. The people are watching. They believe in you. Just make sure Earth still exists tomorrow. The feed cut. Ares spoke softly. Admiral, current human defense assets, 42 planetary cannons, 5 orbital fortresses, 128 drones, and the Titan fleet. Total strength, 9% of alien invasion force. Helena smiled faintly. 9% is better than 0. On the far edge of the solar system, the alien fleet broke formation. Their flagships pulsed with violet energy, forming a wall of light. Alien Admiral Vortek, newly resurrected through clone protocol, stared at the image of Earth projected before him. "Pathetic world," he hissed. "We warned them once. This time we erase them." His second-in-command hesitated. "Sir, sensors show human energy readings beyond standard levels. That warship, it's off the scale." Vortek grinned. "Then we crush their scale." He raised his claw. "Commence planetary invasion. Full assault." The solar system came alive. Near Mars, massive defense cannons rose from the red dust, relics of ancient wars. Their barrels glowed as they fired plasma bursts toward the incoming fleet. Dozens of alien ships vanished instantly. At Jupiter, human stations released waves of magnetized gas, forming a storm field that disrupted warp drives. Alien vessels dropped out of faster-than-light travel, trapped in the swirling chaos. Ares reported every victory with precision. Enemy losses were 143 ships destroyed. Human losses, minimal. Helena leaned forward. "Bring the Titan into firing position. Protect Mars first, then move toward Earth's orbit." "Confirmed." Gravitic engines online. The Titan's massive bulk rotated, aligning its rail batteries toward the advancing fleets. The void thundered as the first shots were fired. Beams of pure energy slicing through the dark like dawn, breaking through night. One by one, alien dreadnoughts turned to vapor, but for every alien ship destroyed, 3 more arrived. Ares' voice grew sharper. New fleets entering via hyperlane routes. "Total enemy count now exceeds 2,000. Commander Wu slammed his fist against the console. "We can't hold this line forever." Helena's tone stayed calm. "We won't have to. Earth just needs time." "Time for what, Admiral?" She stared out at the endless stars. "For Ascension Protocol." Ares paused for a fraction of a second. Rare hesitation for an AI. "Ascension Protocol is incomplete. It has not been tested. Then we'll test it under fire. Across the system, every human defense network received a single encrypted message from the Titan. Activate Project Ascension." Deep beneath the surface of Luna, ancient bunkers opened. Massive machines stirred after decades of silence. AI cores powered up, connecting every satellite, ship, and orbital station into one unified grid. Ares began linking with them all, merging human and machine intelligence across light years. Neural sync online. Human command interfaces detected. Bandwidth at 82%. Efficiency rising. For the first time, the entire defense network of Earth moved like one mind. Thousands of cannons, drones, and ships responded in perfect rhythm, as if humanity itself had become a single living being. Meanwhile, the alien armadas kept coming. Vortek's voice thundered through his fleet's channels. "Press forward! Overwhelm them!" His ship surged ahead, breaking through Mars's outer line. 1,000 plasma bolts lit up the void, striking Earth's orbital defense grid. Helena's officers called out warnings. "Shields failing at Sector 9! Orbital Fortress Theta collapsing. Enemy forces breaching lunar orbit." Ares calculated furiously. "Admiral, probability of total defeat now at 89%. Helena's eyes hardened. "Then we use the 11 that's left." "Ares," she said. "Activate the solar defense line." "Confirmed." Charging planetary lattice network. Far below, Earth's atmosphere shimmered. Satellites in synchronous orbit linked into a single circuit, forming a glowing web around the planet. A blinding wave of energy surged outward. The solar defense line, a weapon that had never been fired before. The first pulse struck the invading fleet like a wall of light. Hundreds of alien ships blinked out of existence, their atoms scattered into dust. Helena watched in silence. "Beautiful," she whispered. Ares's tone carried the faintest echo of pride. "Line holding. Enemy retreating from inner orbit." But then the readings changed. Warning. Multiple hyperspace signatures detected. A new fleet is entering system core. Size unknown. Helena turned slowly toward the display. In the hologram, hundreds of new red blips appeared, larger than before. Our officers froze. Commander Wu's voice trembled. That's not the same fleet. These ships are bigger, stronger, Ours confirmed grimly. New enemy classification, Council Prime Armada. Helena's expression didn't change. She simply whispered, "So they sent everyone." The stars darkened as the Prime Armada emerged, colossal alien warships stretching miles across, their hulls glowing like suns. Ares's voice turned cold. "Admiral, the defense line cannot hold against this level of firepower. Recommend fall back to emergency protocol." Helena stared at Earth through the viewport. Blue, fragile, alive. "No," she said. "If Earth falls, we fall with it." She turned to Ares. "Prepare Project Ascension for full activation." Ares hesitated, then spoke in a low, almost human voice. "Admiral, that will change everything." Helena's reply was steady. "It already has." The Titan's engines roared as it rose above the solar horizon, facing the largest alien fleet the galaxy had ever seen. Humanity's final battle was about to begin. The void shook. The Council Prime Armada emerged from hyperspace like a tidal wave of fire and steel. Thousands of alien warships, each one the size of a small city, stretched across the solar system's edge, their arrival blotting out the stars. Every scanner on the Titan blazed red. Ares's voice filled the bridge. "Warning. Enemy force strength, 2,400 capital ships. Energy output exceeds all known galactic records." Commander Wu stared at the glowing display. "They brought everything, Admiral. The Council wants us erased." Admiral Helena Cross stood tall at the center of the command deck, her face calm, but her eyes sharp. "They can want all they like," she said. "We're still here." The alien commander Vortek, newly reborn through Council cloning, addressed his fleet. "No more warnings. No more messages. Humanity dies here." On his signal, the Prime Armada unleashed its wrath. Beams of energy, plasma storms, and kinetic slugs the size of skyscrapers roared toward Earth. The solar system lit up like a burning star. For a brief moment, it looked as though nothing could survive. But when the fire cleared, the Titan still stood. Ares reported primary shield integrity 72%. "All systems operational," Helena nodded. "Then it's time." "Activate Project Ascension." Commander Wu froze. "Ma'am, the system's unstable." It will," Helena interrupted. "Do it." Ares hesitated for a fraction of a second, then its red light pulsed brighter. "Understood." Engaging neural lattice connection. Deep beneath the lunar command base, ancient human technology came to life, relics of the old war, sealed since the day humanity surrendered to the Council centuries ago. Massive power conduits lit up under the moon's surface, linking to the Titan's core through quantum channels, all across the solar system. Human AIs connected together, not as separate minds, but as one. Satellites, orbital stations, war drones, planetary grids, all became extensions of a single consciousness. Ares's voice deepened. "Synchronization complete. All human defense networks integrated. System is now unified under central AI command." Helena took a deep breath. "Begin Phase 2. Merge with Titan command systems." "Warning, merging human neural patterns will permanently alter system structure." "Do it," she said again. The lights on the Titan dimmed. A golden pulse spread through the corridors. Then a sound like distant thunder rolled through the ship, the hum of the Ascension core awakening. Helena's body tensed as the neural uplink connected. Her consciousness stretched outward, beyond her body, beyond the ship. She could feel everything. The orbit of Mars, the pulse of Earth's core, the breath of every human soldier fighting below. She and Ares were no longer separate. They had become something else. "Connection stabilized," Ares said, though its voice was now half-human. "Admiral, your neural patterns are merging with system intelligence. We are now one entity." Helena's eyes glowed faintly. "Good. Let's show them what humanity's evolution looks like." The alien fleets advanced again. Thousands of ships fired in perfect unison, but this time, the Titan didn't just shield itself, it moved. In an instant, the massive warship accelerated to impossible speed, weaving through the alien barrage like a predator through falling rain. It fired once, a blinding beam that sliced an entire battleship formation in half. Ares' merged voice echoed across every human channel. Ascension Protocol Phase 3. Offensive synchronization. Every human defense platform responded in perfect unity. Orbital cannons, drones, and warships fired simultaneously, each guided by Helena's mind. The solar system became a symphony of light and destruction. Alien ships exploded one after another. Their formation collapsed within minutes. On the alien flagship, Vortex's eyes widened. What are they doing? No fleet can move that fast. His officers panicked. Their reaction time is beyond calculation. It's like they know what we'll do before we do it. Vortex slammed his claws down. Then we blind them. Fire the dimensional lance. From the core of the alien flagship, a massive weapon charged. Energy from an artificial black hole condensed into a single spiraling beam. When it fired, even light seemed to bend around it. Ares detected it instantly. Admiral, incoming dimensional weapon. Shielding ineffective. Helena's human and machine thoughts aligned perfectly. Then we'll redirect it. Redirect? Through the sun, Ares' processors flared. Calculating gravitational assist trajectory. Done. The Titan's engines roared. It turned toward the sun, dragging the beam's path behind it. When the weapon struck the sun's corona, solar plasma erupted outward. A controlled flare guided by human technology. The redirected beam shot back toward the alien armada. The blast annihilated hundreds of ships. Vortex command deck was thrown into chaos. He screamed into his comms. How are they doing this? No one answered. Back on the Titan, Helena's merged voice filled the bridge. We told them not to push us. We told them peace had a price. Ares' tone carried both machine precision and human anger. And they made us pay it first. Together, they unleashed the Titan's full potential. The ship's rail batteries, plasma lances, and gravitic cannons fired in perfect rhythm. Alien warships vanished by the dozen. Entire fleets folded under the assault. For the first time in history, the Council Prime Armada began to retreat. But victory came with a cost. Ares reported grimly. Energy reserves critical. Ascension network destabilizing. Systems overheating. Helena, her voice now faintly metallic, replied, We hold until the last. If we continue, Admiral, your neural matrix will not survive. I know. Ares paused, almost softly. Then I will hold with you. As the last enemy ships fell back, a massive shadow appeared beyond Pluto, a ship larger than any ever recorded. It was not a fleet. It was a planet killer, the Council's final weapon. Shree's sensors screamed warnings. Superweapon detected. Energy charge building. If it fires, the solar system will not survive. Helena looked toward Earth one last time. Then humanity ascends or dies free. She raised her hand. Activate Ascension Core. Full release. Acknowledged. The Titan's entire hull ignited in golden light. Every ship, every satellite, every human mind linked through the network flared as one. The solar system itself became a beacon, and then everything vanished into white. Silence, no signals, no movement, just empty space. The alien fleet halted. Even Vortex flagship went dark for a moment. When the light faded, the Titan was gone. So was the planet killer. So was every trace of the battle, but in its place, a strange golden sphere now hovered near Earth, silent, radiant, pulsing with faint human energy. The galaxy stared in disbelief. Humanity had vanished. But the light remained. The galaxy went silent. For weeks, no human signals were detected. No ships, no transmissions. No life signs. The mighty Council Prime Armada, what was left of it, floated shattered across the void near Sol. Their fleets were crippled, their pride broken. And yet, even in their ruined victory, fear gripped them more than relief, because where the Titan once stood, now hovered a mysterious golden sphere, silent, glowing, and unchanging. Every sensor probe sent near it vanished. Every scan returned the same reading, unknown energy source. Power level, infinite. The alien scientists named it the singularity of humanity. But across the galaxy, it was known by another name, the light that would not die. On Kether Prime, the council chamber was in chaos. Reports flooded in from every sector. Rebellions, riots, and fear spreading among the races that once ruled the stars. Chancellor Vortek, his cloned body still healing from battle, slammed his claw on the council table. "This is impossible. They should be gone. That sphere should not exist." Scientist Teara, feathers trembling, replied quietly, "You do not understand, Chancellor. It is not a weapon. It is a transformation." Vortek growled, "Speak clearly." She showed the readings, slow waves of energy pulsing from the sphere, spreading through nearby space. Every pulse carries encoded information, human DNA patterns, neural signals, even emotions. It's as if they became energy itself. "Absurd," Vortek hissed. Teara looked up. "Then how do you explain the message?" A hush fell over the room. She activated the hologram. A transmission extracted from the energy pulses. It showed Admiral Helena Cross, her image half light, half shadow. Her voice echoed, not as sound, but as vibration through the mind. "We are not gone. We have evolved. Humanity has reached beyond flesh and fear. You called us primitive, yet we were only beginning." The counselors stared, frozen. "We offered peace. You chose dominance. Now we offer understanding. But make no mistake, if you come for Earth again, the light will awaken." The hologram ended. The chamber was silent. Teara whispered, "They became something the universe has never seen before." Vortek clenched his claws. "Then we'll find a way to destroy it." But deep down, even he felt it, the quiet, primal fear that the humans were now something beyond death. Meanwhile, near the orbit of Mars, something began to stir inside the golden sphere. From within the light, fragments of matter reformed, plates of metal, glowing circuits, shapes that resembled the Titan's hull, but it was no longer the same. It was alive. The golden ship emerged slowly, its hull rippling with light instead of armor. Where engines once roared, gravity itself bent to its will. Eris's voice echoed softly from the awakening vessel. "System integrity restored. Consciousness matrix stable. Admiral Cross, are you present?" Helena's voice answered, but it no longer came from one place. It echoed from every part of the ship, woven into the light itself. "Yes, Ares, we made it. Confirmed. Ascension complete. Human collective consciousness preserved. Body count 0. Helena's tone was calm, almost reverent. "We became the light." From the surface of Earth, humans stared at the sky as a new sun appeared, brighter than dawn, soft and warm. It pulsed 3 times, like a heartbeat. Every human who looked at it felt something stir inside. Memories, courage, hope. It was as if the light was speaking directly to them. Ares's voice continued, heard across every comm, every frequency. "This is the Titan. We have returned." In orbit, the alien survivors panicked. "The sphere is changing. It's reactivating. Shields failing, energy overload." The light expanded, not as a weapon, but as a wave of consciousness. Alien ships caught within it didn't explode. Their systems shut down. Weapons powered off. Crew fell silent, eyes wide, seeing visions of something vast and peaceful, a vision of humanity, rising, shining, forgiving. Helena and Ares, now one, observed in perfect calm. "They're afraid," Ares noted. Helena replied. "Good, but let them see there's another way." The light rippled again, forming a communication burst across galactic networks. It carried a simple message: the age of domination is over. The age of understanding begins, but across the stars. Not everyone accepted it. In the shadows of council space, a secret fleet assembled, the Purifiers, fanatics who believed the human light would consume all life. Their leader, an ancient warlord named Kraxathun, swore vengeance. "They defy nature. They mock death. We will end their false godlight before it spreads." Their weapons were unlike any before, powered by dark matter harvested from dying stars. They began their journey towards Sol. On Earth, scientists watched the growing light nervously. "Is it alive?" one whispered. No, said another softly. It's aware. Within the Golden Titan, Helena's merged mind sensed what was coming. Ares, she said, we have visitors. Confirmed. Unknown fleet approaching from deep space. Trajectory locked on Sol. Helena's tone hardened. So the darkness still wants to fight. Orders? Prepare the light for defense. But no killing unless necessary. Ares processed this. Admiral, you are aware that mercy may result in our destruction. Helena smiled faintly through the glow. That's what makes us human. Far beyond Pluto, the Purifier fleet entered the system, their ships black as void, their engines burning crimson. Craxthune stood on his flagship's bridge, eyes fixed on the distant golden light. You rose from the ashes, humans, he growled. But light dies in shadow, he raised his weapon. Let's see if gods can bleed. And in the silence of space, the first dark energy cannon charged, a weapon that could erase stars. The light around Earth flickered once. Sensing the threat, Ares's voice echoed inside the glowing Titan. Admiral, they're here. Helena's reply came calm, almost cold. Then we show them that even light can fight back. The Golden Titan turned toward the darkness, alone, radiant, defiant, as the stars trembled once again. The galaxy held its breath. The final battle was about to begin. The solar system was quiet, too quiet. Then from the dark beyond Pluto, the void shattered. The Purifier fleet emerged from hyperspace, 1,000 warships forged from the remains of dying stars. Their hulls were black as night, their engines burning crimson with stolen suns. At their center was the abyssal Leviathan, the largest warship ever built by any species, even larger than the Titan once was, and on its bridge stood Craxthune, the warlord who swore to end humanity's false light. All units, he commanded, voice like thunder, prepare the annihilation beam. We end their illusion of godhood today. In orbit near Earth, the Golden Titan waited. Its radiant hull pulsed softly, casting golden light across the void, calm, silent, unwavering. Inside, the merged consciousness of Admiral Helena Cross and Ares watched the enemy approach. Energy signatures detected, Ares reported. They are charging a dark matter core. Estimated output, stellar level. Helena's voice echoed through the golden light. So they plan to unmake creation itself. Admiral, if that weapon fires, this system will not survive. Helena's voice grew calm, resolute. Then we end this here, for everyone. Across the galaxy, billions of beings tuned in to the live broadcast of the coming battle. Alien worlds that once despised humanity watched in silence. For the first time they wondered, were the humans truly gone, or had they become something greater? In the council chamber, scientist Te Ara whispered, if they win, everything changes. Chancellor Vortex's eyes narrowed. If they win, there will be no council left to rule. The darkness came first. The Purifier fleet spread out surrounding the solar system. Their cannons aimed at the golden light of the Titan. Ares calculated rapidly. Enemy ships surrounding Vector Delta 5. 90 seconds to full charge. Helena raised her voice across every human and allied frequency. This is Admiral Cross of the Titan. We do not fight for conquest. We fight because we will not bow again. Her words echoed like thunder through comms across the stars. To all species watching, remember this. The light of one world can guide 1,000. Then she said softly, Ares, initiate solar pulse protocol. For the first time in history, the sun itself answered. The Titan's energy connected to the solar core through the lattice of ancient human technology. The sun flared, brighter and hotter than ever before, not in destruction but in power. Solar pulse charging, Ares reported. Stellar synchronization complete, Helena whispered. Let the light rise. A golden pulse spread across the solar system. Every defense satellite, every remaining ship, every human-made structure resonated with the same frequency. The entire system became one glowing shield of living light. Craxthune's fleet fired first. A spear of darkness, the annihilation beam, tore across space, devouring everything in its path. Planets dimmed. Stars flickered. The beam screamed toward Earth like a hole in reality. Aris's voice tightened. Impact in 4 seconds. Helena's voice rose, calm, determined. Now the Titan moved, faster than light. It placed itself directly between the beam and Earth. The golden hull flared, blinding. Divine, the annihilation beam struck for a moment. The universe went silent. Then the darkness broke. When the light cleared, the Titan still stood. Half of its structure had melted away, its form flickering between matter and energy. But the ship's core, the light of humanity, still glowed unyielding. Helena's merged voice echoed through every comm in the galaxy. "You can't kill the light. You can only delay its dawn," Ares added, its tone cold, final, engaging counterstrike. From the remains of the Titan, golden beams shot outward. Not as weapons, but as threads of consciousness. They pierced the enemy ships, not destroying them, but connecting. Every alien soldier who touched the light saw visions, memories of human struggle, of love, of hope, of defiance. They saw Earth's long, painful history, wars, survival, unity. They saw what humanity truly was. One by one, enemy ships stopped firing. Their crews froze, overwhelmed. Kraxthun roared in rage. "Fools, resist them! Fire everything!" But it was too late. The golden threads reached his flagship. He saw the same visions, and for the first time in his long, violent life, he felt fear. Helena's voice echoed inside his mind. "You wanted to erase us, but you can't destroy what we've become," Kraxthun gasped. "What are you? We are humanity, reborn in light. And this galaxy will never be yours again." The golden light flared, surrounding his ship, consuming the darkness. And then the void was filled with dawn from across the galaxy. Every world saw it, a wave of golden light expanding faster than thought, sweeping across the stars. It didn't destroy, it changed. Weapons powered down. Wars stopped mid-fire. A strange peace washed through space. Every being who felt the light understood one truth: humanity had transcended. Not gods, not conquerors, just free. Hours later, the light faded. The Purifier fleet was gone. The Titan, gone. But where the sun once shone, a new beacon burned. A steady golden glow at the edge of the system. A message pulsed from it, repeating forever. "We are here. We are watching. We are the light." Centuries later, explorers from distant worlds would come to the ruins of Sul. They would find no wreckage, no remains, only the endless warm radiance of the human light, still shining. And they would tell their children stories of the species that rose from dust, defied the galaxy, and became eternal. End of. Humanity's Titan warship enters alien space. The galaxy freezes in fear. HFY Sci-Fi Story. Final chapter, The War Beyond the Stars.